All right, we're going to give everybody a minute to kind of get in here. Kind of show y'all where we're at here, House of Pain. We are out here in Byram today at House of Pain Tattoo. Right here off the interstate exit. Mexican restaurant and stuff across the street there. So we're at House of Pain. We're going to discuss, let me turn it back around on me here. What we're going to discuss today is Frankie and Mandy Bonze. They own and run House of Pain. They've taken some flack because of them wanting to make sure that everything was as safe as possible, and they're probably, erring on the side of caution. Well, if most of y'all know me, I tend to say open everything up and kind of let natural selection run its course. I'm not saying I'm always right. Full disclosure here, Frankie and Mandy are great friends of mine. Frankie has done 80-90% of my tattoos over the years. So I just kind of wanted to give them an opportunity to discuss what they're doing and what's going to be different here. We're not going to discuss anything else other tattoo shops are doing. Everybody's kind of under the same rules. I just thought that their opinion would be kind of cool because they're kind of they've really been at the forefront fighting for tattoo shops to get reopened, but with safety measures in place. So they're not even opening for a while, and they're making me wear a mask to even come in the tattoo shop to do this. If you know me, you know I have been against these masks, but I'm going to respect their wishes, and we're going to put the mask on, and we're going to go inside and kind of show y'all what the process is going to be for coming to House of Pain and getting a tattoo, from calling and letting them know you're here, them coming outside, taking your temperature and all that, to sitting down, getting a tattoo, and what that's going to entail and what you can expect to happen when you come to House of Pain to get a tattoo. Again, this is not about any other tattoo shops. We're not going to discuss any other tattoo shops or what they're doing. This is solely about House of Pain and what Frankie and Mandy Bonze are going to do. So with that said, I'm going to put this mask on. And can't believe I'm doing this. It's the first time I've done this. So, mask is on out of respect. I'm going to plug my microphone in and turn it the other way here. They've got all the attention, COVID stuff, all the health department requirements, and they've just got, all your social distancing warnings and everything they're doing. So with that said, I'm going to knock on the door here.
Come on in, brother.
We've got Frankie Bonze here.
We got some Germex and masks over here. You already have a mask on.
Yep, so when you come in, Germex up. I can't do both at one time. On the camera and do that. We've got his lovely wife Mandy Bonze here.
Hi.
And Frankie. So what we're going to do is, I went over outside. When you get here, you're going to call. I assume. You're going to come outside, take their temperature, ask them some questions. What questions can they be expected to ask when they get here before they can come inside?
We have a specific list that asks if you've been around anybody that has COVID-19, or if you live with anybody that has it. If you've had any of the symptoms or anything within the past 28 days. Let's see, what else? I got a whole list.
So basically, we're going to find out if they've been sick, if they've been around anybody with COVID, if they've had COVID and they're in recovery,
Right.
or for any reason would have a weakened immune system.
Right, or if they're a high-risk individual, that's within the age range, has underlying conditions or anything like that.
No, and let's be clear, you don't want anybody coming in and getting y'all sick either, and
Right.
you potentially passing it on to someone else. And that's what a
Right.
lot of these precautions are for, because you're going to be the ones touching everybody that comes to the door. Make no mistake, y'all have to touch people.
Right.
And make them bleed.
Yes.
Every
time.
This is, getting a tattoo is not like getting a haircut. You are coming here to bleed and to create open wounds.
Yes.
And that's where the extra safety measures come in. All right, so we've come in. We've got the digital thermometer here, which you would have already used outside. the laser thermometer, I'm sorry. And,
Then you would sign in on the sign-in sheet.
yep, you have to come in, you have to sign in.
And that is for trace contacting. So in case someplace starts, like they had a Walgreens a while back where the pharmacist was actually infected with COVID and she passed it along to all the people that came into the place. Different businesses can become hot spots for this virus, and so we want to make sure that we have like a point of contact to show where people have come in and people have left, and we know who's been here without going through the paperwork.
Yeah.
We can just simply look down and say, oh, well, they were here on this date. They have COVID now. We might want to take,
Or they were exposed.
yeah, or they were exposed because somebody else we worked on that day in another room might have,
Yeah.
we were able to keep track of contact.
Sure. So what most people who maybe haven't gotten a tattoo don't know is you have to have an ID to get a tattoo.
You definitely
anyway.
have to
So
have state
you will-
issue ID.
Yep. So you will have to continue to have an ID to come in for the
And you have to fill
contact
out
tracing.
that paperwork also.
Say that one more time.
You have to fill out that paperwork as well as the new form with the COVID.
Yep. And there is a new form from the per the governor's office and the the health department and stuff that is basically a waiver saying
Right.
you know that you're taking a high risk process here.
Yeah.
Cool. So what shall we do next? What would, once they've signed in and then they go straight back, there is no hanging out in the waiting area.
Right.
Right.
The lobby's closed.
Yep, and only 2 customers allowed in per time in separate rooms.
Right.
Because
And
you have
that
2
would
tattoo
be,
artists.
that would include like tattoos and piercings.
Tattoos and
So
piercings.
we wouldn't be able to have somebody in to do a piercing at the same time we would have somebody in the room doing a tattoo.
Excellent. And we discussed this outside a little. You anticipate there having to be some limitations on how long people can plan to be here. You're not, don't come planning on getting 7, 8 hours work done in one session.
It's probably not going to be realistically possible. With the PPE and everything, we're probably not going to be able to do as long of sessions as we used to. We're going to have to cut them down into smaller sessions.
Okay. So they just take all that into consideration. It's for your safety and it's for theirs. And it's for everybody else's, with the contact tracing and all that. And I see y'all have extra masks and stuff down here.
We do, and we have the paper masks that we're going to give to the clients, but we have ordered special masks for ourselves. We're going to actually go with the OSHA and CDC guidelines, and we're going to have the N92 masks or above. N95, I apologize. N95 masks, which are supposed to protect us a little bit better than what these do.
Excellent.
And the goggles or safety glasses, goggle things.
Oh, and safety glasses and goggles and stuff like that. So that's things that we're gonna step up that we wasn't really doing before, or what nobody was doing before.
Awesome. So let's recap everybody here. So where we are, we're at House of Pain Tattoo out in Byram today. Full disclosure, again, these are good friends of mine. They've been kind of taking a different path with this, not rushing it to open back up. So I wanted to give them an opportunity in their own words to speak to people and explain from a tattoo shop owner's perspective of what they're going to be doing differently and what's going to make getting a tattoo different than it has been previously. Again, the good friends of mine, I didn't necessarily agree with them initially. I thought, hey, open up America, But your license is a privilege license, not a right license. So with that privilege comes responsibility. With great privilege comes great responsibility. So I wanted to give them an opportunity to explain what they're going to be doing to earn the right to do tattoos. And turn it back around because me with a mask on looks ridiculous. Right, so we've signed in. Take us to the back and show us what's going to be going on back there.
Okay. Well, like we were saying, only one person in at a time. We would have them to this point. We wouldn't obviously we wouldn't meet. Like say for example, if her and I or other artists were doing a tattoo at the same time, we wouldn't have our clients meet here at the same time.
Yeah.
In other words, she wouldn't schedule at 1 o'clock and I schedule at 1 o'clock. She would schedule it probably like noon, and I would schedule it probably like 1:30 or something like that. Give her time to get her people in, get their paperwork, get them situated, get them to the restroom, and get them in her room. And then, once she's started, then I can come in with my client, to where that way we don't have like extra people just hanging out in a small space or like crammed together.
And you
So
told me
allow social
that
distancing.
you anticipate the cleaning session between sessions could take up to 2 hours
Probably yes,
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
Per room.
per room. Yeah.
So
You could
like-
stagger it.
Like I was saying, with
Yeah.
staggering people, so we would bring one person in, get them started in one room, and then we bring another person in and get them started in the other room. Well, whenever say like she gets done first, she comes out. Well, then she'll have to clean the lobby, the bathroom, the hallway, everything that my client's going to come in contact with when they come out. So we're just mainly extra precautions to stay safe. Like I said, we don't want to be a hot spot, or we don't want to be a cause to keep this going any longer than it
Yeah.
has to.
And Frankie, how long have you been doing tattoos?
Since 1995.
And how long has House of Pain been open?
Since 2007.
2000. Mandy, how about you? How long have you been doing tattoos?
Like 4 years?
4 years. And how long have you been here?
I've been here the whole time, so.
Awesome. Awesome. You started out apprenticing here and into the next level of that. Cool. And something I just noticed, and Frankie, or the tattoo shop, should I say, has won Best of Jackson.
One place.
Reader's Choice for Best Tattoos in 2018 and Best of Jackson in 2017. So, and all kind of awards here from the Jackson Free Press Awards. You know, House of Pain is one of our longest running tattoo shops in the area. So that's pretty cool. All right, well, let's go to the back. And,
Here's one office that I was speaking of. Whereas before we could have like one artist here, one artist there, and a piercing going on. Now it's just one artist. So like either this artist will be working, this artist will be working, or we'll be doing a piercing. We're not going to have three people in, or three sets of people in here at one time.
and this is the piercing station?
Yes.
Okay. And is there anything that's going to look different in here? You know, when you get started with this, I mean, I know when I've come here and gotten my tattoos, of course, I lay down on the
On the bed.
on
We're
the
gonna-
bed
we're gonna be using
to get it
those.
done, and
we-
obviously that'll be clean to the gills and.
And the,
We've always used medical bibs, and we've always used high sterility on all that stuff anyway. So that's pretty much going to be the same.
Yeah. But you know, I can tell people, having been getting tattoos here since 2007, I think, is when we met, 08, 09, somewhere in there. You know, when did you open here again?
2007.
7 years. I mean, I feel like I've been here since about day one.
Right.
And been getting tattoos, and it's always been extra precautionary and super clean. And coming from somebody with a service industry background, I mean, and running restaurants and bars, you know, clean. You know, you can't hide clean. It is definitely what it is.
In addition to that, remember, we're gonna, it's normal things, but we're going to make extra special precautions. Like we can't touch our own face or anything while we're tattooing, which we already can't. But you know, we're going to have to clean ourselves and take all this stuff off that we have on. We're going to have like extra bibs. I think we're going to.
we've got aprons, the arm sleeves. Let's see what else.
Goggles.
Goggles, the better mask. We also ordered. Oh, we all agreed on it, and we ordered scrub uniforms with like logo and whatnot on them and people's names. That we're gonna wear like our regular clothes up here, change into our scrubs. Then, like as soon as we're done with the procedure and we're going home, we're gonna change out of those and put them in a trash bag or whatever, and change back into our regular clothes and then go. So we're not trying to like bring anything in or out.
Garage.
So
Yeah.
just extra steps and precautions to protect y'all and them, and you know, you just never know. And I think that's the unknown
Right.
that everybody talks about. And again, everybody knows my stance on this. I've been very public about, you know, I think none of us are immune to natural selection. If you choose to do something, you're making a choice. And but it does help when the powers that be, and the powers that be being y'all, the tattoo shop owners and workers, are taking precautions that y'all are. You know, and that was one of the things I wanted people to see was just what an industry they may not be familiar with is going through. I mean, this is being treated the same way a hospital or doctor's office is
That's
being
what we're
treated.
that's what we're watching is we're watching dentist's office and doctor's office, and we're trying to emulate that because that's the closest thing that we have. A lot of people say that salons are the same thing, but salons don't cut people and salons don't make people bleed as much as we do. They're not dealing with the airborne or bloodborne pathogens as much as we are. So therefore, like I said, we should emulate the dentist office and the doctor's office as far as hygiene, cleanliness, and sanitation. Because that's pretty much where we want to be, or where we want to be closest to.
Yeah.
Is what are they doing to make a difference? And that's kind of like where we want to fall in the line.
Excellent. You know, kind of lead by example.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
We've had somebody ask where they're located. Shanique, you can look on, hit the tag where we checked in here at House of Pain. They're right here off the Byram exit. In Byram, take the exit if you're going south and go left. And it'll be right there. You can't miss it. Just hit the link. We did check in here, so you should be able to find it easily. And they will be opening June-ish. They've ordered a bunch of supplies, but, you know, PPEs and stuff.
And we all know how shipments are going these days.
Which,
So.
and you know, the part of the guidelines were that we were supposed to be wearing the N95. Sorry, N95. I was military, so everything was M and N something.
Mm-hmm.
The N95 masks, but they've been reserved to only medical facilities, so it makes it even harder for us to get them because we don't have a medical license to get those, or they won't sell them to us. They've been reserved for just the medical places. So that's the reason, like, that we're waiting is because we had to be put on a list to get those things. It's not like we just wasn't prepared or whatever, but we haven't been able to get those, physically get those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
super
N95, they all required, or is the paper mask kind of the motion? Does it have
As
to be-
far as
far
OSHA,
As
sorry.
far as the OSHA requirements and what the CDC guidelines say, they should be required for us. But the state and the health department gave us the option of not having to wear those.
Okay,
But we're
so-
choosing to do that anyway.
So if another shop is wearing these, they're not out of line. We want to
Right,
make that clear.
right,
This is an
they're
extra
fine.
precaution that
They're
House of
fine.
Pain is taking.
Yes.
You know, to just protect yourselves and your customers family members and everybody who they can come in contact with.
Right.
Something else that we discussed before we came back here is, again, I've gotten at least 20 tattoos here, probably 30, 40 hours worth of work. You know, if you're going to get a tattoo, try to schedule it where when you leave here, you don't have to stop by Walgreens, Walmart, drugstore, you know, high traffic areas. Try to plan to go home, you know, or just don't get into an unsanitary, high volume environment. Try to get, you know, do all your doings for the day, and go home. If you're gonna need some lotion, cleaning supplies, whatever, go ahead and get those things before you come. And we all be offering any post-tattoo care products for people so they can just leave here as a one-stop shop.
Yes, we will be ordering the H2 Ocean aftercare for piercings and tattoos.
Yeah, I can tell you the H2 Ocean
It's gonna take a
stuff
hot minute, too.
is the H2 Ocean. This is a free plug for them. Before H2 Ocean, I would get tattoos. They would scab. After H2 Ocean is the best post-tattoo lotion
So
and
awesome.
wash
It's the best.
that I've ever used. And you know, again, I don't have quite the amount of tattoos they do, but I've got 2 sleeves and I've spent a lot of time in the chair. So this was something that really meant a lot to me. You know, something that really interested me a lot. And I know there were some other things we wanted to discuss. Are we missing anything here?
Mainly, like we were saying, we're doing appointment only. You can book online at frankiebonze.com, FRANKIEBONZE .com, just .com, no at. Sorry, I was about to give you my email. Everything's Frankie Bonze. We have that, and we also have digital virtual consultations that we're offering to where we can consult with people.
As far as pricing and stuff like that, because it's hard to do that without knowing the exact size detail and seeing the person to do that.
Sure, but you can get pretty close, you know, and like I said, you'll be doing online consultation. So if you've been doing telehealth, people, that's what they're really talking about here. It's telehealth for tattoos. They're going to look at you. They're going to discuss what you want. You can, I'm guessing, email over or Facebook message, one way or another, digitally send over what you're looking for, what you want,
And to everybody that we've had a lot of people that prepaid and paid deposits and everything like that, and we are extremely grateful for you guys. Thank you so much. You help us keep our head above the water more than anyone else out there. The people that prepaid and the people that set up things for when we open. And we're not ignoring you. We're not pushing you off and everything. But we're only 2 people. We have 1 employee that works with us as well. And we can only get to everybody as fast as we can. So we're doing everything we can to get everything safe for y'all and comfortable for y'all. And then we're going to start calling everybody in and scheduling appointments. First come, first serve. as to when they got on the list. So if you want to call tomorrow and get a tattoo, or next week, or right after we open, that's probably not going to happen. We've already got a list from when we closed of people that have been putting down deposits and everything, waiting for us to get back open. Now everybody's going to want to get tattooed on Friday or Saturday or something like that. We're not going to be able to do everybody on the first Friday or everybody on the first Saturday. So we're going to have to space people out. We'll have openings, but we have to get these people on the books, booked out first before we can even start looking at booking other people. So it's best to go ahead and get on the list as soon as you can.
Yeah, and by getting on the list, that will require a deposit, I assume.
Yes, sir. It does. Yeah. It does require a deposit.
You know, I know there've been a lot of late nights, you know, working here. You know, will you still be? Are you going to have a definite close time? Like we're only going to be working from 10 to 6, or
we'll be
going to be adjustable for late night after work hours? I say after work, after traditional work hours for people to come in the evenings.
Being that we have 3 artists, like I was saying, we're going to have to rotate out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we've always been pretty much willing to do whatever it takes to help our customer. We've always been a big fan of appointments. So like you could, like say for example, if you wanted to come in, you could book an appointment at 9:00 a.m.
Yeah.
We come in and that's what time you're available. That's what time we can get your tattoo done.
Yeah,
somebody else,
9 a.m. and 9 p.m.
Right. Somebody else might want to come in at 9 p.m. So that's what we would do, is we would alternate and make sure that we could get that time available for you, and schedule your appointment for then. So like if you could only come in the evening time, book an appointment in the evening. And then what that does, that keeps us from sitting here 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, waiting on you to come in. Whenever we know you're going to be here, we can be here waiting on you.
Excellent, excellent. Mandy, are we leaving anything out that you know you want to talk about? Just a message you want to convey?
You can't bring anybody else with you to your
No
appointment.
visitors.
Yeah,
No,
very, very good point.
One person.
Come
the
by
person
yourselves.
who's getting the procedure done, that's it.
Yep. You know,
If you need somebody to hold your hand, we'll get somebody to hold your hand that works here.
Professional hand-holding services are available.
Yeah.
for a small fee. All right.
Per the state,
Yeah.
per the state, we're not allowed to do, and that's any shop in Mississippi is supposedly not allowed to do nasal or oral piercings or genital piercings, right?
They didn't say genital, but
They didn't say genital, but it should be included in there. So they're not allowed to do oral or nasal piercings, but we advise you not to get genital piercings as well. Also, we're not doctors, so we can't prescribe anybody anything, but we do advise if you're going to get a tattoo, maybe take vitamins beforehand. Beef up on the vitamin and afterwards, but beef up on the vitamin C, maybe vitamin E, and also moisturize the area that you're going to get tattooed as well.
Yeah, you know, so I guess get some NRCs and stuff like that.
Exfoliate and moisturize.
Excellent. Excellent. I know I drink the NRC, the little
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
vitamin C every day.
Yeah, those are
You
great.
know, I mean, again, it's one thing to feel like everybody should open and stuff. It's another thing, be respectful. You know, y'all know me. I haven't, on this page and in my personal life, I have not been the biggest mask wearer, and I think, or the biggest proponent of things staying shut down. But be respectful of people. I know when I go to the grocery store, I keep my distance.
Right.
You know, I wipe stuff down, I spray my hands. I'm as cautious as I can be. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing everybody do. Be cautious, and the professionals here at House of Pain are going to go above and beyond to make sure you're safe and they're safe while you're here. But they can't protect you before you get here or after you leave. What they're going to do is provide a clean, sterile environment for you to not only get a tattoo, and that's in the bloodborne illness. Is that what it's
Bloodborne pathogens or respiratory pathogens.
Yeah.
Aerosolized pathogens.
I mean, and now y'all are there's being a level of expectation and responsibility put on you guys, you know, to make sure stuff doesn't spread.
Right.
You know, and that is a responsibility that I think a lot of people didn't sign up for. You know, and they're having to learn it.
You remember the thing about the New York thing? Well enough to quote it, or probably not? You don't worry about
Right. Look, let's have a little fun here for a second. You have so much art on your walls.
Yeah.
Tell us about your art. You know, who painted what?
well,
Kind of put y'all on the spot here. I'm not going to do that, but
some of the stuff is from previous people that worked here, old friends, stuff like that. Things I found at junk stores and collected over the years. Some of them are paintings and drawings and stuff that we actually done ourselves. we sell paintings and pictures and stuff. Mandy put together a little thing that she's been doing. She's selling prints of these. You can get them in different sizes because we can make the prints any size, and you can actually get them on
I had
cardstock
intended
paper.
to do all of the states, but after I got through those 4, it got really overwhelming.
Oh,
So-
yeah. And I can totally relate to. There's so many things I want to do with this
Avoid
page,
that.
and I get these great ideas, and then I get started, and I'm like, good Lord, man, the people that do, they're successful with these YouTube channels and all that. It is so much work.
These are like the first 4 that we really noticed because like you had New York, and then you had New Jersey, I think, right?
Mhm.
And then you have Louisiana and Mississippi. Of course, we're affected most by these 2 because I'm from
They're
here
close
and
to us.
it's so close, and you know we're pretty much like North Louisiana here in Mississippi anyway. But everybody goes to New Orleans, you know.
Well, excellent. So
This one's
Yeah.
actually sold.
that was awesome.
It's
I've been
sold.
sitting here looking at that like, it's
It's-
like a shield.
It's
Are
sold
you doing
like
prints
the
of them?
the original sold, and it's also sold as a tattoo already. It sold as soon as I posted it.
Oh yeah, so I guess that's something else that you bring it up and it makes me think. When y'all design something like that, people can be secure knowing that if you do a custom tattoo for them, the next guy that walks in and says, "Man, I want a tattoo just like Clay's," ain't getting the exact tattoo Clay got. It's a custom tattoo.
We really try our hardest not to do the same thing ever twice. We try to change it up in some kind of way. The only time that we really try to make something look the same is if 2 people come in and say, "Hey, I want the exact same tattoo they got," and then to us that's kind of hard because it takes away all your artistic freedom on one tattoo because you're trying to make it look like the other. Some people are very good at that, and some artists love doing that. They want to make it look exactly like what it was, you know, or
Sure.
look
Almost like a challenge.
photorealism to make it look exactly like that
Yeah.
picture. We like the expression of our own art to be able to do our own thing and make things that are
no.
specific to you, that only you have, that no one else will have.
Awesome. Now, tell me this. I know in the tattoo world, it is very popular for people to come up and do guest artists come in.
Right.
Is that going to be something that we still try to do, or is that going to be something that's kind of on the back burner until the new normal gets adjusted?
Probably on the back burner until the new normal. We've always been very friendly with other guest artists, and I've always done conventions and shows all over the country, so I meet a lot of guys all over the country, and a lot of times we have them come through and do guest spots. But as of right now, I don't think so. I think we just need to worry about our own artists here at home. You know,
Yeah.
let's just focus on them. And like I said, even with us 3 here, we're gonna have to alternate out and rotate out, you know. So like somebody's gonna have to wait it out, or we're gonna have to schedule it to where somebody can.
And is it going to be 7 days a week when you get back up and rolling?
Yeah.
So if you need to, if Sunday's the only day you can come in and get done, just make sure you get it scheduled in advance.
Right.
And Sundays are an option.
Because the thing is, if we work Monday through Saturday and Sunday's the only day we have off, and we don't have any appointments scheduled on Sunday, we're gonna go home.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're not just gonna sit here.
Absolutely.
We're gonna go home and hang out with our families, or we're gonna get prepared for something we have to do Monday, or work on something that we have to do coming up. We don't really have a whole bunch of free time, as they say.
Sure. And I just want to bring everybody's attention here. These folks is married, and they are keeping. I can't get them both in the shot at the same time.
Sorry.
We can build together. Yeah, we live together. We carpool together. So I mean,
But they are so set on trying to be respectful of these rules, and they're not even talking about opening for maybe another month even.
Right.
And I'm having to wear a mask in here. Oh hell, I can't do it. Anyway, you see, I still have my mask on,
Don't touch it.
and y'all. Oh yeah, I'm not even supposed to be touching myself. That's not too bad. I'm just trying to live my best life over here. So again,
hey, in my heart, man, I feel you there. I'm totally with you. I'm ex-military. I was in the Army, and I believe in our rights, and I believe everybody should have the right to do what they want to do. Just because I feel this way and we feel this way, I don't feel like everybody in the whole state needs to do what we're doing. This is just what we feel like we need to do.
hey, look, and it's not everybody's right to come into your business.
Right?
I mean, if you're gonna, regardless of what you think, there's rules when you go places. Then businesses have the right to refuse service, and if you can't follow these rules, then they're not going to kick you out on your butt, but they're going to politely refuse service. I assume. You know?
And the thing is, all this stuff is really not going to help us make more money, honestly.
Oh, obviously
Honestly,
not.
all this is going to help us lose money. You know, we're going to
Right.
lose a lot of money from doing all this. But, I mean, it's going to help me sleep better at night, you know, knowing that we're doing what's right.
Sure. And, you know, as we mentioned at the beginning of this video, this is not about what any other shop is or isn't doing. I'm sure everybody is adapting into the new normal the best way they can. This is strictly about what House of Pain is doing. They have been kind of the leaders in trying to get this back up and rolling. I follow a bunch of tattoo stuff on social media, and I just see these guys doing their thing. And I wanted to give them an opportunity to have a voice, and they'll be on WLET tonight. WLET and the local Fox News, I believe, the local Fox 40.
She said it would be tonight, or it could possibly be like tomorrow or something like that. It just depends. She had another story she had to go to, so.
Yeah. So I wanted to give them an opportunity to kind of have a long-term, long-form opportunity to explain what's going on at House of Pain and what you can expect when you come to get a tattoo here.
Awesome.
So, all right. Well, we're going to wrap it up. Unless we're forgetting anything.
I'm sure I've got some more. But as soon as we turn it off, we're going to be
Yeah,
like,
we're
oh,
gonna
yeah,
say
we
something
should have
that-
said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And look, I tagged the shop in the check-in. Y'all can get at them on Facebook.
does anybody have any questions? We can answer their questions.
Yeah,
if they have any.
I'm reading the comments here. If anybody's got any questions, feel free to ask. You've got a bunch of love and compliments from people.
We appreciate it.
You know, a lot of people who I know that haven't gotten work here are excited to get work here now.
We
You know, so I'm saying that.
appreciate all your love and support. Like I said, we've been here in this spot for 13 years, and there's no way we could have made it this long without your love and support. So I mean, thank you everybody, you know, that's ever supported us and shared our posts and liked our posts and all that. You know, we love you guys and we really appreciate y'all. Like I said, without y'all, we wouldn't be able to stand here today and do this.
Awesome. So on Facebook, what is the Facebook address? Is it House of Pain Tattoo?
House of Pain Tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
House of Pain Tattoo. I will share their page when I get offline. Jay Burkhalter is asking, will business hours be cut short? No, they will not, but it will be by appointment only, and that appointment could take a month to get to, depending on how many are in front of it. You know, so just remember, good tattoos aren't cheap, and cheap tattoos aren't good. It's going to be something you have forever, so be patient. If you've got an artist you want to work with, you know, have the patience to wait on them, regardless if it's House of Pain or any other tattoo shop.
Right.
You know, and that is my advice for somebody who's got a bunch. And you know, be patient. Make sure you're getting what you want. And this is the guys to call and do it. What's your phone number up here?
601-321-9040.
And your website address to make appointments is
FrankieBones.com.
FrankieBones.com. I will link all that stuff here in the comments. And this post is going to stay up. So if you have any questions, feel free to inbox me, and I will get you guys all the information you need. We're going to sign out here. I want to thank these guys for letting us come in and do our first ever Jackson Uncensored Save Jackson interview. I've been talking about doing this for a long time, and I just want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity and the platform to do this. So stay tuned. We got some great things coming to the page here. Follow me on all my social media channels. It's just at Save Jackson, JXN. Join our Facebook group, Jackson Uncensored. Thank y'all and have a great day. Stay safe, Mississippi.